If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. What if I told you that the reason some people try to humiliate you in front of others has less to do with your mistakes and more to do with your strength? That their public attacks are not random, they're strategic, meant to chip away at your confidence, your composure, and your ability to stand tall. You've probably felt it before. The snide comment in a group, the mocking laughter, the subtle joke with a hidden blade. It's not just about the moment, it's about making you question yourself long after the crowd has dispersed. But here's the truth. Every attempt to break your spirit is an opportunity to forge a spirit they can't break. In this video, we're going to uncover 6 deep psychological reasons why people try to publicly crush your dignity, and more importantly, how to respond like a stoic warrior who never bows to manipulation. Watch until the very end, because once you see these tactics clearly, you'll never be caught off guard again. You'll turn their attempts into fuel for your unshakable resilience. Number 1, to undermine your confidence and make you doubt yourself. To undermine your confidence and make you doubt yourself. Have you ever noticed how, when someone tries to break your spirit publicly, one of their main weapons is to chip away at your confidence? It's no accident. When they shake your belief in yourself, they sow seeds of doubt that spread like wildfire in your mind. Suddenly, what once felt steady and sure becomes shaky and uncertain. This is exactly what they want, to make you question your worth, your decisions, your very identity. But here's the truth. Confidence isn't about being perfect. It's about trusting your ability to keep moving forward despite setbacks, criticism, or noise from the outside world. The Stoics understood this deeply, reminded us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. When others try to undermine you, they're trying to pull your power away from you. But your power lies within your mind, your choices, your resolve. When that public criticism hits you, don't let it penetrate your core. Remember that their attempt to make you doubt yourself is like a wave trying to shake a rock. You are that rock, and while the wave might splash and roar, it cannot uproot what's firmly grounded. Hear how you can defend your confidence when it's under attack. Anchor yourself in your values. Confidence built on external validation is fragile. Instead, root your self-belief in your values, honesty, resilience, integrity. When you know who you are and what you stand for, outside noise loses its grip. Practice daily affirmations. Take a moment every day to remind yourself, I am capable, I am enough, I choose my path. It's simple but powerful. Over time, this practice rewires your brain to trust yourself more deeply. Separate fact from opinion. When someone publicly criticizes or mocks you, ask yourself, is this a fact or merely an opinion? Facts can be addressed and improved. Opinions are just that, opinions, often colored by someone else's bias or insecurity. Reframe the narrative. Instead of letting their words define you, rewrite the story in your mind. If they say, you're not good enough, counter it with, I am learning and growing every day. Your narrative shapes your reality. Embrace stoic reflection. Before reacting, pause and reflect. What is within my control here? Your confidence, your attitude, your response, those are always within your control. Others' attempts to diminish you are outside of it. Build a supportive inner circle. Surround yourself with people who see your true worth and remind you of it when you forget. Their encouragement fuels your inner confidence. It's easy to fall into the trap of doubting yourself when others loudly point fingers. But the moment you allow doubt to creep in, you give away your power. The Stoics teach us to guard our inner citadel fiercely. Your confidence is your fortress. Protect it by nurturing it, feeding it with truth, and refusing to surrender it to those who seek to break you. Remember, no man is hurt but by himself. Epictetus said. This means the real injury comes from the acceptance of doubt, not the doubt itself. You decide what sticks, what shapes your story. So the next time you feel that public attempt to shake your confidence, stand tall. Take a deep breath, ground yourself in your values, and remind yourself, you are stronger than their words. They can try to make you doubt, but they can never make you less than who you truly are. Number 2, to control the narrative and shape others. Opinions about you. When someone tries to break your spirit publicly, one of their core intentions is to control the narrative, to shape how others see you, often in a way that benefits them and diminishes you. This kind of behavior is a strategic move, a way to rewrite the story others tell about you, to plant seeds of doubt and judgment in the minds of onlookers. But here's the thing. This attempt to control your image is a reflection of their own insecurity and desire for power, not your reality. Think about it like this. When they attack you publicly, they're not just trying to hurt your feelings. They're trying to steer the collective opinion, aiming to make people question your character, your intentions, or your worth. They want the spotlight, and unfortunately, that spotlight comes at your expense. But remember, the Stoics teach us that it's not what happens to us, but how we perceive and respond to it that truly matters. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." So, when you realize that their narrative is an external force, one that only has power if you let it, your armor starts to form. You need to take control of your own narrative, your own story. The moment you let someone else define you is the moment you give away your power. Instead, anchor yourself in your values and your truth. No public attack, no twisted tale, can alter who you are unless you permit it. This doesn't mean ignoring the situation or pretending it didn't happen. It means responding with calm, with integrity, and with confidence. Here's a practical step. Next time you feel the sting of public criticism or character assassination, pause and breathe. Reflect on what advised. Choose not to be harmed and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed and you haven't been. This is your call to shift the control back to yourself. You can't stop others from talking, but you can stop their words from poisoning your mind. Another exercise is to write down your core values, those principles that define you at your best, and remind yourself of them daily. When someone tries to rewrite your story, pull out that list. Let it ground you. Let it be your internal narrative louder than any external noise. Finally, consider how you might respond, not react, in those moments. Sometimes the most powerful move is silence. Other times, a measured, clear statement of your truth can cut through the noise and show your strength. The goal is not to win a public argument, but to maintain your inner fortress. Your dignity and your spirit are yours to guard fiercely. Remember, the opinion of others is a passing wind. What remains steady is your character, your response, your resilience. By mastering your narrative, you disarm the attackers. Their attempts to control what others think lose their edge when you stand firm in who you are. That's the essence of Stoic defense. Own your story, and no one can break your spirit. Number 3, to provoke an emotional reaction and make you appear weak. When someone tries to break your spirit publicly, one of their core tactics is to provoke an emotional reaction from you, to unsettle your inner calm and make you seem weak in front of others. It's no accident. This is a deliberate move to shake your foundation, to bait you into losing control, and to undermine your confidence in the eyes of those watching. Here's the truth. When you respond emotionally, whether through anger, fear, embarrassment, or defensiveness, you give them power. You hand over the reins of your mind and emotions. As reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. Your adversary's goal is to steal that power by causing a public spectacle of your vulnerability. They want you to blush, to lash out, to fumble your words, or to shrink back. This reaction signals to others, whether in a workplace, social circle, or online, that you are fragile, reactive, or unable to handle pressure. And once that perception takes root, it becomes a weapon against you, shaping how people treat you going forward. They think twice before trusting you or following your lead. But here, where you can flip the script, you don't have to play into their hands. You can cultivate an inner fortress of calm and self-possession that is utterly impenetrable. You can learn to meet their provocations with silence or a composed, deliberate response. This isn't about suppressing emotion, it's about mastering it. Imagine this as a muscle you train. The next time someone tries to needle you publicly, pause, take a deep breath. Remind yourself, this is their attempt to break me. I will not give them the satisfaction. By choosing not to react impulsively, you reclaim your power. You show others and yourself that you are steady, strong, and in control. Here's a practical exercise. Practice responding to imagined provocations calmly. Visualize someone trying to embarrass or anger you in public. Now, rehearse your mental response, not with fire but with measured words or silence. Build this habit regularly. Over time, your emotional reflexes will change. When real moments arise, your mind will naturally steer towards calmness. Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This is the cornerstone of your defense. Recognize that provocations are external events beyond your control. Your reaction, however, is your domain alone. So your mission is clear. Develop emotional resilience that others cannot crack, no matter how hard they try to break you down publicly. When you do, you not only protect your spirit but also elevate your presence. You become the person others respect, not because you never face challenge, but because you meet it with unwavering composure. Remember, the power to remain unshaken is the ultimate form of silent dominance. They can try to drag you into chaos, but if you refuse to dance, they are left powerless. Your spirit remains intact, and that is victory enough. Number 4, to assert dominance and demonstrate power over you. When someone tries to break your spirit publicly, one core reason is to assert dominance and demonstrate power over you. They want to remind you and everyone watching that they hold the upper hand. It's not just about you as an individual, it's about the display of control, a sort of twisted performance to show who's in charge. But here's the thing, you don't have to let their show define your worth or shake your foundation. Picture this. Power that's flaunted through humiliation is a fragile power. It depends entirely on others accepting the narrative. You hold the real strength when you refuse to buy into it. The Stoics teach us that true power lies within, not in external approval or dominance. Reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. When someone tries to break you publicly, they're trying to wrest control of your inner fortress. But that fortress, your mind, your spirit, that's yours alone. And it's impenetrable when you guard it rightly. Why do they do it publicly? Because power displayed in private is not power at all. Public humiliation is a spectacle designed to weaken you by stripping away your dignity in front of others. It's a control tactic, pure and simple. It's meant to make you doubt yourself, to feel small, to lose your voice. But you can flip this script. How? First, recognize their action as a reflection of their insecurity and need, not your value. They assert dominance not because they are truly powerful, but because they fear losing it. You don't have to feed that fear with your reaction. Second, practice what Epictetus advised. Focus on what is within your control, your reaction. You cannot stop someone from trying to assert dominance, but you can control how you respond. Calmness in the face of chaos is a form of silent power. When you don't rise to the bait, when you maintain your composure, you deny them the victory they crave. Try this exercise. Next time you feel that sting of public humiliation, pause and take 3 deep breaths. Remind yourself, their words or actions do not define me. My response does. This simple practice plants a seed of resilience. Also, remember the power of presence. Your calm, your refusal to be rattled, speaks louder than any shouted insult. It shows others and yourself that your spirit remains unbroken. It's the ultimate form of dominance, ironically, the kind they cannot touch. Lastly, build your inner fortress daily. Strengthen your sense of self through reflection, journaling, or meditation. When you anchor yourself in who you are, no external display of power can shake you. As Seneca said, no man is more unhappy than he who never faces adversity with courage. You are stronger than their attempts to diminish you. Their need to assert dominance publicly is just noise. What matters is the quiet, unyielding strength you cultivate inside. Let their power plays remind you to reclaim your power over your mind, your spirit, your peace. Number 5, to distract you from your goals and drain your energy. All right, let's get into this. Why would someone go out of their way to break your spirit in public? One powerful reason is this: to distract you from your goals and drain your energy. And honestly, it's more common than you think. People who try to break you down publicly are often masters of misdirection. They want to pull your focus away from what truly matters, your ambitions, your progress, your inner fire, and instead trap you in their chaotic storm. But here's the kicker: you don't have to let them win. Imagine this. You've set your sights on something important, something that matters deeply to you. Maybe it's a personal goal, a career milestone, or simply growing into the best version of yourself. When someone publicly attacks you, they're throwing a grenade into your mental landscape. Hopping the blast will leave you confused, frustrated, or angry, emotions that sap your energy and cloud your vision. In the wise words of, "You have power over your mind, not outside events," realize this and you will find strength. This is your first shield. Recognize that their attempts to distract you are just external noise. They want to hijack your mental bandwidth because your focus is your greatest weapon. The more they can fragment your attention, the less you'll have available for your purpose. When they publicly undermine you, it's like a virus that tries to infect your day, your mood, your confidence. But here's what you can do to fight back: actively reclaim your mental space. When a situation like this happens, pause, take a breath, ground yourself in your goals. Remind yourself, this moment doesn't define me. My path is bigger than this distraction. Here's a practical exercise. The next time you face public negativity aimed to break your spirit, try this mental reset. Close your eyes briefly, even just for a second or two, and repeat internally, "I choose my focus. I choose my energy. Their noise will not control me." This simple act isn't just words. It's a reclaiming of power, a deliberate choice to not give away your energy. Another layer to this is understanding that these attacks are often rooted in others' insecurities and desires to see you falter. Their aim: to keep you tangled in their web of drama so you can't move forward. But the Stoics teach us something profound. External events, especially those driven by others, are indifferent. What matters is how you respond. You get to decide if you let that drama become your reality or if you stand firm, centered on your purpose. Now let's talk about energy. Energy is finite. Every moment you spend reacting to public negativity, you're investing precious resources that should be fueling your growth. So here's a strategy: channel that energy elsewhere. Dive deeper into your work, your training, your self-improvement. Let your progress be the ultimate response. When they see you unshaken and moving forward, that's the real break to their plan. You might want to journal this. Write down what truly matters to you, what your goals are, and revisit it anytime you feel the pull of distraction. This keeps your vision sharp and your energy aligned. Remember Epictetus' advice. First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. Know what you want, then don't let anything, not even public attacks, take you off course. So in summary, public attempts to break your spirit aren't just random acts of cruelty. They're calculated moves designed to distract and drain you, but you have the tools to defend yourself. Keep your focus razor sharp. Guard your energy fiercely. Respond with calmness and deliberate action. And above all, remember that your journey is yours alone. No one can take that away unless you let them. You've got this. Now go make it count. Number 6, to isolate you by turning others against you. One of the most insidious tactics people use when trying to break your spirit publicly is isolation. They don't just aim to hurt you directly. They want to cut off your support system by turning others against you. This isn't just about a momentary argument or a disagreement. It's a calculated effort to leave you feeling alone, misunderstood, and vulnerable. And here's the thing. You must see this for what it is, because your power lies in recognizing it and refusing to be broken by it. When someone tries to isolate you, they're attacking your social armor. Humans are wired to find strength in connection. When that connection frays or breaks, it feels like a personal defeat, an erosion of your very foundation. But the Stoics teach us that your inner fortress is your own mind and character. Reminds us, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Your spirit is your fortress. No one else's opinion can breach it unless you allow it. So what can you do? First, start by seeing through the smoke screen. Recognize that when someone sows discord, it's often because they fear your strength or want to control your narrative. Their effort to turn others against you is less about your actual worth and more about their own insecurities or agendas. This awareness weakens their power over you. Next, don't retreat into silence or shame. Instead, be proactive in nurturing your relationships. Reach out, honestly and calmly. People respond to genuine communication, and you owe it to yourself to clarify your truth without aggression. This builds resilience in your community and cuts off the isolation tactic at its root. Remember Epictetus' wisdom. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. When faced with isolation, react by strengthening your emotional independence. Practice daily affirmations to remind yourself that your worth is intrinsic and cannot be diminished by others' opinions. Journal your thoughts and feelings. This helps you stay grounded, clarify your perspective, and regain control of your narrative. Here's a practical exercise. Each day, write down 3 qualities about yourself that you respect. They can be as simple as I am honest, or I show kindness, or I stay calm under pressure. When someone tries to isolate you, these truths become your anchor. You're reminding yourself, silently but firmly, that you are more than their attempts to divide you. Lastly, cultivate compassion, not for your adversary, but for those who may be turned against you. Often, people caught in the web of manipulation don't realize it. They are pawns rather than players. By holding compassion, you don't weaken your position. You elevate yourself above petty games. It aligns with the Stoic ideal of focusing on what you can control, your own mind and actions. Isolation is a weapon designed to shake your confidence, but it can't penetrate the walls of a mind fortified by reason and self-knowledge. The moment you recognize the tactic for what it is, you disarm it. When you hold your ground with calm and clarity, the attempt to fracture your world only reveals your true strength. So when you feel the pressure of isolation mounting, ask yourself, am I going to let this fracture my spirit, or will I use it as a stepping stone to deeper resilience? The choice is yours, and that is power. Now that you know exactly why they target your spirit in public, remember this. Their attacks only have power if you let them. You are stronger than their words, their judgments, and their attempts to break you down. Stand firm like the Stoics did, unshaken, grounded, and silent in your strength. Protect your peace, guard your dignity, and keep your spirit unbreakable. If you found value in this, make sure to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss the tools to defend yourself wisely in a world that tests you. And drop a comment below. What's the strongest way you've protected your spirit when faced with public attacks? Stay resilient, keep your mind clear, and remember, no one can shatter what you refuse to give away. Until next time, keep your defense strong and your spirit unbreakable.